Government corruption has never been more prevalent or caused more harm. It's why extremism is on the rise. It's why the financial gap between the haves and have-nots has never been wider. And it's why our planet is at risk of an extinction level tragedy. That's why I need your help to keep exposing the truth about the rot on both sides of the aisle. Become a supporter or a friend of the show today by clicking on the coffee link in the description box below. Friends of the show join me on a Zoom hangout once a month, and you guys can ask me any questions you want, and I can get to know you better. But the most important reason to help is to keep the show alive. Together, we can and will save our country and our planet. Thanks in advance and enjoy the show. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the show. So another one of Donald Trump's would-be domestic terrorists has been arrested for threatening to kill FBI agents after the search and seizure of highly classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. 46-year-old Pennsylvania resident Adam Buys, you can see on your screen if you're on YouTube right now, he posted threats on the white supremacist cesspool, otherwise known as a social media site called Gab. He used the username of Blank Focus. On August 10th, Buys wrote, quote, "Every single piece of shit who works for the FBI in any capacity, from the director down to the janitor who cleans their fucking toilets, deserves to die. You declared war on us, and now it's open season on you." That same day, he wrote, quote, "Hey, feds, we the people cannot wait to water the trees of liberty with your blood. I'll be waiting for you to kick down my door." The following day, Buys posted, quote, "I'll shoot an SS officer in the head just as quick as I'd shoot a KGB officer in the head. Keep that in mind. There are plenty of other letters in the alphabet. Police state scum are police state scum, period." The same day, Buys tagged the Gab CEO, Andrew Torba, in a post in which he shared an article about statements made by FBI Director Christopher Wray. In that article, Wray had talked about the many threats that were being made against the FBI and other law enforcement agencies following that raid at Mar-a-Lago. And along with that article link, Buys wrote to Torba saying, in part, quote, "Hey, asshole, why don't you send them to my threat so they'd at least have something credible to show on Fox News? Just scrub my timeline for the posts you didn't delete after you threatened to ban me. I sincerely believe that if you work for the FBI, then you deserve to die." All in caps. The die part was all in caps. In another August 11th post, Buys said that he was, quote, "ready for the inevitable," and, quote, "I already know I'm going to die at the hands of these piece of shit, child molesting law enforcement scumbags. My only goal is to kill more of them before I drop. I will not spend 1 second of my life in their custody." Then he went on to spew out other insults towards other people who were unwilling to take violent action. And he made some truly heinous comments about FBI agents sexually assaulting their wives and their daughters. In yet another post that day, Buys tagged the Gab CEO again, and he said, quote, "It's perfectly okay for the government to constantly tell you that they intend to murder you, but when we decide we've had enough and tell them that we are going to slaughter them, you get banned from Gab. Go ahead and ban me, you fucking asshole." He posted again shortly after that, writing that Gab, quote, "just gave me an account warning today for saying that a bunch of child molesting," and then he used a homosexual slur, "at the FBI should be put down." Buys continued to taunt the FBI on August 12th, so this was last Friday. In one post, he wrote, quote, "Come and get me, you piece of shit, peds. I can't wait to watch you bleed out, you pedophile scumbags." In another post on the same day, he said, quote, "Come and get me, you piece of shit, feds. I am going to fucking slaughter you." So he is spending more than 1 second of his life in their custody now. He said he wouldn't. And he didn't manage to murder even one agent. And Buys is now charged with the felony crime of threats to assault or murder a federal law enforcement officer, which is punishable by up to 10 years in prison. So guess who won't be voting in the midterms or for Trump in 2024? The FBI also determined that Baez was using an online alias. He used the name Adam Campbell in a Gab conversation with another user. Baez admitted this. He said, quote, "I use a fake name for my photography and Gab so that corporate America can't Google me out of a job." However, the FBI, of course, used his IP address to locate and arrest him. And what's interesting is that, with rare exception, they typically redact the defendant's address and date of birth in all of the affidavits that I've seen. Unless it's an accident, they exclude all of that information. They redact it all. Baez's full address and his date of birth was left completely intact. It was completely unredacted. Kind of makes you wonder if the FBI has decided, we're taking the gloves off. All bets are off now. We're being doxxed. I don't really care. I mean, the right does say fuck around and find out, right? Guess he found out. So one dead, another locked up. This guy might be going to prison for over a decade or a decade. All thanks to Trump. All thanks to Trump and his allies, their lies, their inciting of violence. And it's only been 1 week, you guys. At this pace, Trump isn't going to have any supporters that are still either alive or not in prison by 2024. Keep going. Good for you. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.